In this video, I'm going to show you how you can make a cinematic video about your trip. In my case, it was a trip to Egypt, and I made this 2-minute cinematic edit, and I'm going to break it down for you. So let's just dive into it. So the first thing you do before importing your videos into a timeline, you look for the music and you imagine how your video will look, the vibe of the video, the style of the video. What do you want your viewer to feel? That's the question I mentioned in my previous videos, that you always have to ask yourself a question, that what your viewer should feel. In my case, I wanted my viewer to feel a chill, YB style video, just to relax, because the video is called The Art of Slow Days. And basically the plot of the video is me waking up, going to the bathroom, seeing a sunrise, then having a gym session, then just relaxing near the beach and playing tennis. So this is just a relaxing day, and these are the slow days near the beach, usually on trips. So we will start with the music and I'll explain how I did these cuts. So as you can see here, the first 10 seconds, basically nothing too complicated, just cuts with the beat. Then also text with the beat. So first we saw the dawn, then we saw me waking up. It's like a night still, and then rubbing my face, getting out of bed, and then trying to put on my slippers. So here you can see silence and just sounds of me trying to put on the slippers, building a little bit of tension, then riser, and then you can hear the music continues. So this like a funny moment I decided to make in the video, because usually when you wake up your slippers are not perfectly aligned next to each other. So that's just real life. And this is also you can do in your videos. Just make some funny moments, funny storytelling. This will boost your engagement and make the viewer feel a little bit of emotion. So next, every day is basically. Also a lot in this video I use these depth in the frame. Like I mentioned previously in my videos, that you have to create depth in the frame by layering your clip. What does it mean? That means you have 1, 2, 3 layers or even more, but in this case we have even like 2 layers. So the first layer we had to focus on, which is the bed sheet, and then the second layer is me walking somewhere in distance, and this is just a cinematic way to show something. It's basically the same now. And also be careful with the music choice. Like I explained in the beginning, music defines everything. Music defines the style of the video, the vibe of the video, what the viewer will feel. In this case, the music perfectly matches with the video, because even if you listen to the words, to the lyrics, you hear every day is basically the same now. So the slow days, they are the same. You just wake up, you walk slowly to the bathroom, etc., etc. Every day is the same now. So a lot of close-up shots, and here we have from different angles, me walking, then turning on the light, then walking into the bathroom, taking a shower, and pay attention, all this while maintaining a pace with cutting with the beats. We will talk about the sound design later in this video, after we go through the entire timeline. Now we're talking about storytelling and the vibe of the video. So here I'm slowly introducing the next scene, which is the beach and sunrise, by showing just the scent first. And now you can see me walking into the frame and sitting in the chair and looking at the sunrise. Without you. Alright, now in the middle of the day I have a training. All of that while cutting with the beats. Here nothing special really, just static shots. Now chilling by the beach. The funny thing is that here you can see Lifeguard was swinging with his leg with the music beat, which is very funny. Here I tried to make like different variety of shots to show the beach from different angles. And playing tennis. So now this is the entire video. Let's cover the sound design of this video. So the first thing, when you make a sound design, I mentioned this in my previous videos, you have to divide your tracks into, so usually I do music, voiceover. In this case I have no voiceover, but sometimes voiceover, and then I do ambience, actions, and accents. So, and if necessary you can create mono tracks as well. And also when you finish your sound design, you're going to want to check if it's good or not, right? So you can turn off your music and then play the entire video without the music, only by listening to the sounds that you include in your video. If the video sounds good without the music, then your sound design is perfect. Now I'm going to turn off, I just muted the track, and we're going to see what sounds that I use in this video. So a couple of them, they are actually original sounds from the video, but maybe like 80% of these are from internet just to create more cinematic video. But a lot of times people use pre-recorded sounds, so this is very important part, and a lot of people don't realize that. And sometimes if you ask a person, what do you think about my sound design, I think like it's okay if the person doesn't understand what you're talking about, because if they don't know anything about filmmaking and cinematography, they will just not understand you, because why do you need to do sound design? Because they never pay attention to this, but they subconsciously like the video because of sound design as well, not only visuals. So here we start with the ambience, and you can see I will turn off other tracks as well. Only ambience. So we can hear ambience. This is actually, you can see MP4. So this sound was recorded from the video, like this original sound. So just ambience. Then we have the room tone, which is not original sound. This is from the internet. And using room tone will give you this cinematic vibe. So here we have, it's called Quiet Hotel Room Morning, which is basically the thing that I am showing, because I'm in a hotel and this is morning, and this is quiet, a quiet room. So if you hear this, here you go. So this gives you this vibe. And now let's play other sounds as well here in this scene. Okay, that's it. So we start, so here we have also accents and the beginning, which is transition. So this is a riser probably. You create this tension, and then you have the quiet room. I'm sleeping. We have the sound of blanket, and we have the sound of yawning and rubbing my face. And also double tap to turn off the alarm on my Whoop, and rubbing my face. Inhale, exhale as well. Here you have the ambience. All the sounds are original in this case. And before the music starts playing, we have this riser, so it sounds like this. Here you go. Then here we have whoosh to introduce the next clip, and we have footsteps as well, and scratching. Now here the sounds of turning on the light. This is original sound. The whoosh to create the transition to the next shot, and then also footsteps. Closing the door, which is original sound. Showering is also original sound. And also here we had this cinematic riser. This is also footsteps. Jacket. It's called jacket, but it actually fits in this context with t-shirt. And the whoosh. So these are the footsteps on the scent, and I manually aligned them perfectly with the steps on the video. Sometimes you have to spend time doing this, but then you have the result. Alright, here we have just ambience, nothing special. I'll just skip this part. So you saw this part before. Now we have here. So this was the original sound, and I just added the sound from the internet as well. Now it sounds a lot better. Swinging on the rope. Wind blowing. What else do we have here? Waves. So here I added the sound of sand. Here. And also you can hear the whoosh in the accents. Giggles, running. Footsteps. And the transition to the next shot, which is this little riser. And also here we have the seaside night distance, rough sea. So basically the ambient sound of night, and without action sounds it will look like this. So you cannot hear the tennis actually playing, you just hear the ambience. And then I introduced these sounds from the internet of hitting the ball, and they were manually aligned with the video. Also footsteps and everything. Even this I perfectly aligned with every. So every time the ball hits the ground, there is a sound for that. It's perfectly aligned. And the riser in the end. So this is the video. This is it. When you're done with your main video track, then when you're done with the SFX, which is sound design, then you're done with text, then you have your color grading. And before that, I also want to mention I used the ratio, which is 2.35, not 16:9 in this video. This is not the typical video you will see in YouTube. This is 3840 by 1634, which is 2.35 ratio, a cinematic ratio. And if you don't use adjustment clips, you will see the image like that. So in order to avoid that, you have to zoom in. You have to go to inspector, to transform and zoom in. And this is why I use this adjustment clip, because it applies to every clip which is below that one. So if I cut it to here, it will just end right here. That's why I have to use it like that. So now the color grading, I will not cover the color grading in this video because this is a separate topic and we can talk about that even more, but I'll just show you what is the power of color grading, because in this video it changed everything. Just look at this shot and I'll just explain it to you. So let's go one by one. This is the log footage, S-Log2 from Sony. We convert it to Rec 709. Then we do the contrast. We can see on the scopes that it's too high and we have to move it down. And on the contrast, it does its job. Then we have some temperature, make it more warmer. Then we select the sea and the sky and make it more warmer. And then we apply my cinematic LUT. But even without LUT, it looks so cool when you turn off and you see before and after. So yeah, the power of color grading here, especially this contrast, this is just crazy what color grading can do, and it will change your video drastically. So that's it. This is the video. If you want to see that travel video, you can check out my main channel. The link is in the description. And if you want to see more breakdowns like this and explore more information about cinematography and filmmaking, I post things in my Telegram channel even more than here, and sometimes I post things that I don't share anywhere else. So if you want to check out my Telegram channel, just go to the link in the description. So thank you guys for watching and see you in the next one.